Good day, everyone. Today we will discuss the features and principles of portfolio assessment. Before we start, let's go back to when we were in elementary or high school. Have you ever experienced doing a portfolio? Of course, I think all of us have, because it is one of the assessment tools our teachers use in evaluating our performance and works. First, let's define portfolio. A portfolio is a purposeful collection of student work or documented performance that tells the story of student achievement or growth. It means that portfolio is like an album, but instead of photos, it stores products, outputs from learning, and it helps students to reflect on their learning if they have improved over time or not. Now that we know the concept of portfolio, we will now discuss the features and principles of portfolio assessment. There are 4 features and principles. First, a portfolio is a form of assessment that students do together with their teacher. Students are not the only one involved in the making of a portfolio, but teachers as well, because they are the one giving instructions and guidance to the students on how they will make it, from planning, execution, and evaluation. Teachers together with the students formulate their objectives so that the students know what outcomes are expected from them. So it becomes like an interactive assessment. Second, a portfolio represents a collection of what the students believe are the best included from among the possible collection of things related to the concept being studied. In creating a portfolio, students will only choose the best out of all the products to include in their portfolio, because it will serve as their data of learning, and putting the best works is essential. Teachers can give advice to the students or assist them in choosing what to include on the portfolio, but the final decision lies to the students themselves, since the portfolio is a representation of what the students believe are important concepts. Third, a portfolio provides samples of students' work which show growth over time. Like we just said, portfolio allows the students to reflect on their performance, to see if they're improving or not. With the help of portfolio, students can assess their strengths and weaknesses. After that, they can create ways on how to improve those weaknesses. And lastly, the criteria for selecting and assessing the portfolio contents must be clear to the teacher and students at the outset of the process. Having clear criteria or rubrics for evaluating the content is important so that teachers can truly assess the performance of the students, and also they can give accurate feedbacks to the students that they can use for improvement, and for the students to know that these are the considerations for grading, so that they will not ask why did they get this kind of grade. If criteria or rubrics is not clearly stated, then both teachers and students will be lost in assessing the portfolio. After we discuss these features and principle, next topic is advantages and disadvantages of portfolio. In the advantages, students are actively involved in self-evaluation and self-reflection. Number 2, focus on self-improvement rather than comparison with others, because portfolio provides the students the opportunity to self-reflect for them to improve. Number 3, products help teacher diagnose learning difficulties. Using a portfolio, teachers can assess as to where the students are having difficulty in learning. And number 4, an ongoing process where students demonstrate performance, evaluate, revise, and produce quality work. As for the disadvantages, number one, time consuming to develop criteria, score, and meet students. Time consuming not just on the part of creating the actual portfolio, but it is also time consuming on the part where you will create an accurate criteria or rubrics on how you will evaluate those portfolios correctly. Number two, scoring difficulties may lead to low reliability. Number three, students may not make good selections of which materials to include. And number four, parents find the portfolio difficult to understand. And that's it for today. Thank you all for listening.